Hi, I'm Kendra Rorabaugh, here to bring you the MoveWell workout of the month for April. If you're starting this video, I'll assume that you're already warmed up because we're going to jump right into the workout. If you're not warmed up, pause the video, go do the sample warm-up video or warm up on your own, and then come right back. Keep in mind that I'm going to give form reminders and intensity variations throughout the workout, so listen closely and make this work for you. Okay, here we go. We start with a heel tap jump rope. So your jump rope's invisible, just twirl your arms at your sides and tap one heel and then the other in front of you. If you want to make this easier, just march with a heel tap. And if you want to make it harder, pick your knees up. Curtsy lunge with a lateral lunge. For this one, your right leg is going to initiate the movement. Step out to the side, bend your moving leg. Then step behind you, bend both legs. Your hands can go wherever you're comfortable. You can put them on your hips or keep them out in front of you. If you want to make this one easier, leave the curtsy lunge out and just work the lateral lunge. Add the curtsy in when you feel a little bit more confident. If you want to make it harder, balance in the transition. And rest. Now we do the lateral lunge and curtsy lunge on the other side. Your left leg initiates the movement. Step out to the side and bend your knee, then step behind and bend both knees. Alternate those two movements. Remember, if you want to make it easier, leave the curtsy lunge out and just work the lateral movement. Notice that I'm bending my moving leg, keeping the other one straight. You can always add the balance option if you want to make it harder. And rest. Jumping jacks with prisoner squats. We start with 4 jumping jacks and then 4 prisoner squats. For the prisoner squats, hands go behind your head, alternate stepping out to the side. Do 4, and then go back to the jumping jacks. If you want to make this easier, do a half jack instead of a jumping jack. Do 4 of those, and then 4 prisoner squats. And if you really want to make it harder, you can jump the squats as well. It looks like this. And rest. Lift off push-ups. We're going to the mat. From a kneeling position, Take your hands into push-up position. Lower all the way down to the floor and lift your hands. Then put them down and push back up. Notice that my shoulders, my trunk, my hips and my thighs are landing together and lifting together. Be careful with your form. If you want to make this easier, just hang out in a plank until you feel a little bit stronger and then try the push-ups. If you want to make it harder, elevate your knees, lower your body all at the same time, lift your hands, push right back up. And rest. Kneeling side plank with leg lift. Set your elbow up right underneath your shoulder. The bottom knee is down, top leg is straight. Lift the top leg and tap it down slightly in front of your body. Lift it and tap it down slightly behind. Kind of like you're making a rainbow with your foot. Lift and lower. You can use this hand for support. Be sure though that your shoulders are lined up with one another and your hips are lined up with one another. If you want to make this one easier, get rid of the leg lift and just hold your side plank. If you want to make this one harder, hold a side plank with both legs elevated. And rest. So we switch to the other side for the kneeling side plank with leg lift. Set your elbow in line with your shoulder, keep your head in line with your spine. Lift and lower the top leg. Make a little arc with that leg so you tap slightly in front and slightly behind. Remember to stabilize your shoulders and your hips in line with one another. To make this one easier, take out the leg lift and hold your side plank. And to make it harder, elevate both legs. Stack your hips. And rest. Back extension with back fly. Lie on your belly. Place your hands beside your shoulders. Keep your legs down on the ground. Lift your torso, then squeeze your shoulder blades. Release your shoulders, and then lower your torso. Keep your eyes down so that your neck isn't strained. Your low back does the work to lift your torso, and then the backs of your shoulders are strengthened when you squeeze your shoulder blades. If you want to make this one easier, take out the rear squeeze, and then just lift and lower your torso. You can make this one harder by stretching your arms out long. Lift your arms, squeeze them back, release them, and lower your torso. And rest. Crossbody toe reach. Flip over onto your back. Support your head and bend both knees. As you crunch, reach one hand up and across towards the opposite toes and alternate sides. You can use your hands to support your neck and your head. Just be sure you're not pulling on your neck. Your fingers rest lightly behind your ears. If you want to make this one easier, leave your feet on the ground and then just reach up and across to your knee on the opposite side. If you want to make this one harder, extend your legs and keep them straight throughout the exercise. This one can cause a little bit of a tug on your low back, so if you feel that, keep your knees bent. And rest. All right, lateral hop with a heel raise. This is a balance exercise. Hop to one side and then lift your heel. Hop to the other side and lift your heel. The idea is to challenge your balance, but if that feels uncomfortable, step to one side, lightly put your toes down, and then lift your heel. You never have to hop if you don't want to. If you do want to hop, make it harder by hopping to the side and then lifting off of your standing leg. And rest.
Inside I found a home. Nothing else has been comparable. I'll never have to be alone. So if you have to go, we go together.
Okay, let's start round two. Heel tap jump rope. Ready? Begin. So I showed you your intensity options earlier, but you can change the intensity just by changing the pace. Speed it up, slow it down. It's up to you. Try to be light on your feet. Keep your knees slightly bent. And rest. Lateral lunge, curtsy lunge. Let's let your right leg initiate the movement. Step out to the side and then step behind. Notice that when I bend my knees, they're bending to about 90 degrees. You don't have to go that low, but you don't need to go any lower than that. Also notice that in the curtsy lunge, my leg steps just across the midline towards the opposite side of my body. And rest.
to stay in control. So I won't give up. I won't
Lateral lunge, curtsy lunge, other side. Ready? Begin. Remember, you can do what's comfortable with your arms. I like to move mine out in front of my body because that helps to counterbalance, but it's really up to you. And rest. Jump jacks with prisoner squats. Ready? Begin. Notice that on this squat, both knees bend, and they bend parallel, even with one another. Also, I've chosen reps of 4, but you can pick any number you want. If you want to do more jumping jacks or more prisoner squats, go for it. You can do less as well. And rest. Lift off push-ups. We're going to the mat. Keep your abs nice and strong. Lower your whole body together. Lift your hands, and then lift your whole body together. We talked about options and how if you want to make this harder, you can elevate your knees. Just be sure that you don't go to that option until you're able to move your entire body together. You want to make sure that your hips don't land first and leave last, so avoid that. And rest. Kneeling side plank with leg lifts. Remember your alignment. Stack your shoulder right over your elbow and then lift and lower the top leg. Begin. You can always test your balance by taking that top arm and stacking it on top of your hip. But if you feel wobbly, keep a light touch on the floor. Pay attention to what happens with your head. And if it gets heavy and droops below your shoulder, pick it back up. You want to keep that in line with your spine. All right, let's do the other side. Set up your kneeling side plank, elevate your hip, and begin. This is another one of those where you can control the intensity by changing the pace. You can slow it down or you can speed it up, but be sure not to compromise your form. Rest. Back extension with back fly. Lie on your belly, bend at your elbows, keep your legs on the ground. Lift, squeeze, release, and lower down. Keep that going. Notice what you're looking at. If your gaze is straight down at your mat, then you know your neck is in line with your spine, and that's a really safe place to be. I'll let you know when the set is over, so you don't have to look at the screen and you don't need to look out in front of you. Rest. Cross body toe reach. Lie back, support your neck and your head. Ready, begin. Depending on how flexible you're feeling, you might reach for your shin, your ankle, or your shoelace. It doesn't really matter what you're touching, just try to be consistent and let your abdominals do the work. Again, this is another one where you can change the pace if you need to change the intensity. Slow down if you need to, take breaks if you like. Rest. Lateral hop, heel raise. Here we go. Remember your options. It's fine if you feel wobbly. If you're not comfortable with that, you can always keep a toe on the ground. And rest.
so we have to go to stay in control. So I won't give up. I won't give up. Even when we both trip and start to fall. No, I won't give up. Even when our backs against the wall.
All right, let's start round 3. Heel tap jump rope. Begin. Just because the work's going on with your feet doesn't mean you can ignore the rest of your body. Make sure that your abs are contracted and stand up proud. Pull your shoulders back and lift your chest. Rest. Lateral lunge, curtsy lunge. Let's start with your right leg. Ready? Begin. Make sure that this movement comes from the muscles in your legs. Try to avoid folding forward and resting your belly on your front thigh. Keep your eyes up and your torso lifted. Rest. Let's do the other side. Ready? Begin. Rest. Jump jacks with prisoner squats. Remember your options. Ready? Begin. So notice when I do my squats, my knees are bending to about 90 degrees. Your squats don't have to go that low. They don't need to go any lower. Rest. Lift off push-ups. Let's go to the ground. Ready? Begin. So remember that this is a timed interval, and we want to do quality over quantity. So I'm not concerned with how many push-ups you do, so long as they're good push-ups and your form hasn't been compromised. So take breaks if you need to. Take your time and get your form down. Rest. Kneeling side plank with side leg lift. Ready? Begin. This side leg lift is not a big movement, so notice that my toe stays pointed straight ahead. Sometimes we try to go really high and we turn our toes to point up. You don't need to go that big. Keep your toe pointed straight ahead and keep the movement small. Rest. All right, let's do the other side. Ready? Begin. Rest. Back extension, back fly. Ready? Begin. And rest.
Wherever we end up, that's enough. So I won't give up. I will even when we both trip and start to
Crossbody toe reach. Let's lie back. Ready? Begin. rest.
So if we have to go, we go together. Wherever we end up, that's enough.
All right, almost there. Lateral hop with heel raise. Ready? Begin.
So we have to go to stay in control.
And rest. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this month's MoveWell workout. Remember to take some time to stretch. You can use our sample stretch sequence on the MoveWell webpage or do some stretches that you enjoy. See you next time.